Alright, that's getting sanded in. That's going to be the shape. We're going to try to keep, we're going to go all the way across the front like that. There down, cut it across. I'm going to burn a little deal here. So here we go again. This is going to be the third time. And this actually was doing really, really well. And then all of a sudden, we started getting a leak in between the inner piece and the outer. Now originally this was a dual pane skylight, but they don't make this one anymore in dual pane. So instead of just installing a single pane, I put a 1/8 inch piece of dark smoked plexiglass under this. And the first one, for some reason, it cracked. And that reason's probably because I got it too tight. Put a screw down too tight or something. So this one was doing real good, and the other day I took the inside piece out inside, and when I put it back in, I think I torqued that a little bit too tight, and it put a little pressure on it, and it caused, well, that's what I thought had happened. Actually, what actually happened is this sealant up here split, and the water got in there, and it got in between the two layers. So this time we've sealed the two layers together and allowed it to sit overnight. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and remove it, because I had to drill a hole. It was really raining. We got that hurricane through here a while back, and it rained really, really hard. And of course I've been threatening to redo this roof, put a coating on it. So as you can probably see, if you look at it, it's all sanded out. And the plan is to get this replaced and get it dried up and good for, so that if it gets wet, it's not going to have a negative effect. And then we're going to coat it. Like I say, this time, it's going to be a lot better. It's not going to have the potential for... I watched 3 or 4 different videos how guys do it. And the trouble with this thing is that it's black. And I used to have to stay up here all the time caulking the original one, because it was always leaking, and finally it just got so bad it couldn't be punched or plugged anymore. I just have to check it more often. You just can't be confident that anything is forever. I'm telling you, this time it ain't gonna leak. I'd stake my reputation on it. This is like learning how to keep a Harley from leaking oil. Same type situation. Once you figure it out, tape this all the way around. It's gonna take two of us to do it right, so we get it straight and even, because it's 2 layers here. So you're gonna have to hold this. When it gets good and hot, this will lay down. And if it doesn't, it's not that big a deal. As long as it's sealed on both ends, it's not going to be a problem. On both sides, I should say. As long as it's sealed along here, and if it's not, I'm going to check it. And if it's not, then I'll have to use some of that self-leveling just to fill in the gaps. It should be just fine. It should just be just fine. This stuff works so good. I don't know why I never thought of this before. We're in there now. Okay. Now I think we'll go this way. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it because I've never seen anyone do this before. I'm having to go up on the roof 3 times a year to fix dichlor, you know? It doesn't make any sense. It should last longer than that. Although it is black, I'll grant you that. That makes a difference. But what's good about this stuff, you can see it's already down. And man, it's some toughy stuff. What I'm thinking, seeing as we have so much of this stuff, we should just go ahead, relay it over the outside here. And that way, it's because we're going to lay that coating on it tomorrow. And it's just going to be that much better. Alright, here it comes. So you're probably wondering why I'm up on the roof. Well, we did the skylight yesterday, and today we're putting a liquid rubber coating on our aluminum roof. Why would you do that on an aluminum roof? And the thing is, you can see my little patch right there I did. This roof is 25 years old, and it's needed some attention. And I've been doing all I can do with silicone and all that stuff. But this here, 3 heavy coats, and we should be sealed in. And yeah, there's the skylight we did. Came out nice, looks good. Everything's all coated over there. And now I'm just heading my way back. I did the front. Darla's doing the last of the cutting in on the edges and around the air conditioners and around the vents and everything. So back to work. Just thought I'd let you see what's going on. Definitely goes on brown, and as soon as it starts to set up a little bit, it turns real glossy black. Looks good.
All right, rolling out the second coat.
Huh?
We're rolling out the second coat.
This is the last coat.
Second and last.
Yeah, this is it. I'm putting it on pretty thick. I don't think we're gonna have enough. But it's awesome. It's a little sticky, but once it's had some time to dry up, it should get a lot better. And good thing about it is this roof is 25, almost 26 years old, and it held up pretty good. But I got 2 spots where it was starting to split, and I put a turn-on tape on it, and that stopped it. But it's just starting to get really iffy. So now with this, that should put the stop to the iffiness. We should be good to go for 5 to 10 years. Marty, oh, you didn't bring your roller? We're having a rolling party. Yeah, no one wants to do this job, believe me, not even me. I think if this roof hadn't been painted at the same time when we did the motorhome paint, I think this roof would be in horrible, horrible shape. But notice how people just laugh when I say that. I think we got the main thing hammered. Look at this next coat. I pushed the first one on pretty heavy, but this one I'm going on real heavy. I'm down to about 2 gallons left in this bucket, which should be enough to get it done. And I was hoping to have, I was going to actually buy another gallon, and I'm thinking now I won't have to, just in case I need to do something else. And with everything, I thought I was only doing 1 skylight too. Yeah, 3rd skylight hopefully is the best. I mean 3 times replacing it. That's the 4th skylight.
Yeah. 3rd time's a charm.
Well, you know what the problem is putting that plexiglass underneath. And because they don't make a dual pane.
Right.
And the thing is, this is a little bit smaller than the original one. It's the closest size I could get to it. Apparently they made the ones for this model a specific size or something. I don't know exactly how that came about, but if you go online, you can't find them. You go to the RV store.
How much smaller is it?
Huh?
How much smaller is it?
It's about an inch.
Really?
That's why I had to use that eternal bond to fill it in. See how much eternal bond's around it? So that's what I use. Just know, everybody that has an RV, and I don't care if it's made of, has aluminum, or it's made of fiberglass, or it's made of wood, or whatever it is, you gotta have a roll of eternal bond. And you gotta have stupid glue too. Those are two items that will save you. And yeah, so this is getting its fourth coat of this over this. So that thing should do well.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Much better than it was looking.
Well, and it, like I was saying, getting that plexiglass in there, it makes the inside look good, plus it gives us dual pane, plus it makes it darker. So just all in all, a lot better.
That's one coat. And we bought a
Another leaf.
$1 ladle to scoop it out with,
We're gonna get that.
out of the big bucket. I don't think I'll be able to use that afterwards.
Okay, so anyway, this is the next day. I've taken the tape off. You can see I put this new trim on here, and you can see the actual tape outside. Push on this a little bit, push it back. You'll see it really came out nice. I like the way it looks. There's some more of the tape, but it all kind of blends. There's right there is the tape line on the outside. Like I say, this Skylight was a little smaller than the original one, but just a little tiny bit. And now that it's all done up, and you can see this. See, this is that plexiglass, so it's a dual pane again, and I think it came out pretty nice. That came out really good, actually. All right, back up here on the roof. It's been a couple of days since we completed the job. Still have a couple of things cleaning up and stuff like that. The company did advise me that this stuff stays kind of tacky for a while, and it definitely is a little bit tacky, but you know, footprints and stuff like that, it seems like after you walk on it for a while and you go down, it gets kind of heated up and all that kind of stuff, it kind of goes away. The leaves keep falling on it. I got a couple of leaves that are halfway stuck in here. But anyway, in an overall, what do I think of the product? I would say it's 90% awesome. The 10% problem is it's a little bit messy, but anytime you do anything like that, it's going to be a little bit messy. Probably professional guys wouldn't have that problem, but a little bit messy. You can see right there where my air conditioner is running off. It's kind of got that brown milky haze. I still haven't totally got that figured out yet, but once it cools off and I don't have to run the air continuously, I can shut that off, and I still have about a gallon of material left over. I'm probably gonna do these air conditioner covers and possibly even my vent covers. And the reason is that there's no UV protection on those, and on both of them I have a little crack here by this screw right here in the same spot, both of them. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them down. I'll patch that with some fiberglass on the inside, and then I'll put a coating of that stuff on it, let it dry real good, and then put it back up. And I think what will happen is at that point, they'll stop the getting nasty stuff. And I do have to do this rear air. I definitely think it's an electronic problem, and I want to get to that and see if I can't get that fixed. But like I say, overall, I'm pretty pleased with the job. it definitely, it feels different walking around up here. I don't get all the crunchy noises anymore that I was getting worried. I have a patch right there, and then I have a patch over there, you can see. And that's where it was actually starting to split. So I used that Eternal Bond tape, and that one I patched probably 2 years ago. But I wanted to have a nice protective coating over it. So now that's coated. I use the internal bond here to fill in where, like I say before, this is a little bit smaller. I love the way the Skylight turned out this time. It took us 3 times, about $300 to get it right. But this time it's good to go. I don't think we should have any more problems. It's sealed up real good. I did a lot of preventative stuff underneath that tape before I put it down. Once I got the tape down on there, and then with the coating on top of that, I have a feeling this is gonna hold up real well this time. In fact, I'm really hoping that it holds up forever. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, and you know, when you have these RVs, you do not want roof problems. That's the last thing you want to have is a roof problem. Once you start having roof problems, your life begins to suck really fast. So go ahead and get this thing sealed up. And I really didn't want to go over the front, but the thing is that where the old TV used to be, I've got some stuff in there, and it used to get it was getting so stinking hot. In the afternoon, it gets direct sun on it, and I mean, it doesn't get hot anymore. So I think that was the right thing to do. It's a little bit different color, not much. Before, the roof up here was more, well, there's what it looked like, kind of like that. And now it's got a texture coat to it, and it's got little shiny spots and stuff like that. But I think it's fine. Like I say, ultimately, job number one is to protect the interior of the RV from getting water in and stuff like that. And this stuff really did it. This tape down the center, where there's actually 2 pieces of aluminum on either side, and then down the center they lay that tape. Eternal Bond is basically what that is, and then that's it. That's what your roof is, and it's riveted along the sides or along the front or along the back. They put that Eternal Bond there, and then they lay this tape. It's got rivets down the center that hold them together. I think we're good for probably 10 years. They say between 5 and 10 years. And then at the end of 5 or 10 years, if it starts to look bad, just come up, put a couple more coats on it, and you're good again for another 5 to 10 years. So we're gonna say good to that, and hopefully that's where we're at. Thanks for watching this video. Do us a favor and please subscribe, share, hit the bell if you want notifications next time we're going to do a video. And thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Love the comments. And give us a like if you like this. Thank you.